You've had the opportunity throughout your time in the NFL to learn from some amazing NFL head coaches, a lot of which are Super Bowl winners, from John Gruden, Mike Shanahan, Dan Quinn, and Sean McVay. What is one takeaway that you have from each of those head coaches? And maybe throw in Monte Kiffin as well. I know you spent a lot of time with him.
It's again, I've been around, like you just mentioned, great coaches, but being around John Gruden and his presentations and his skill set to develop and his skill set to get in front of a room and absolutely hold the content and hold the audience the way he was and captivate everybody around him was definitely something that I learned and I stole from him and I took from him, and that energy that he brought every single day. And then you move to Mike Shanahan when I was fortunate to go work for him, on his second stint with a different team, Super Bowl winning guy at Denver. And I watched him and his due diligence, that his process that he had with the offense, with the defense, with the special teams. And at that time, I was coming off of being a head coach with the Buccaneers, and he was kind of molding me and grooming me until when it would happen again and how it would happen. And we joked a lot about his first time when he was in Oakland, and it was a quick stint for him, and he made it a year and a half. And he said, I killed his record because I made it 3, but it was all great learning lessons when it got to those guys. And then I was fortunate enough to come down here to the Falcons and be able to help Dan Quinn go to a Super Bowl, not finish the deal, but I really learned from his patience and his ability to listen. And he's one of the better listeners that I've ever been around in the game and in football, and to be able to listen to all the people around him and talk about those things and be able to re-energize the franchise that way. And his energy was infectious, and he brought the brotherhood down here, and it just stuck. And it's one of those things that you just love. And then going to join a buddy, Sean McVay, out in LA was really cool, right? Because we had talked about this experience when it possibly could happen for him exactly in Tampa at my house when he would come visit and talk about, we talked about like him leading the franchise and what he wanted to do and how he wanted to do it. And he's absolutely took it past to another level with us winning the Super Bowl and the collaboration that we had and the collaboration that he had. And he showed me with the organization, with Kevin Demoff, other people, and Les Snead in the ownership group, and all those guys being together on the same page, was sick. And it was unbelievable. And that was a great experience for me. And I hate to leave out Jay Gruden, because you definitely learned some things from him as well, right? Yeah. Jay was the same guy, right? A guy that was obsessed with offense. Some of that obsessed behavior that he was able to bring to Washington. And it was a lot of fun to watch him for that year. And then ultimately, when you talk about Monte Kiffin, rest in peace, man, you talked about the guy who just absolutely showed you the work ethic. He absolutely showed you the detail that was required in order to go out there and win a championship every single day. He showed you the no blink mentality. He was like a father figure to me. And I can't talk enough about his kindness that he showed my family and everybody in Tampa that worked for him and around him. Yes, he was nuts. And yes, he was, Raheem, we got to go, man. And I can imitate him for days, but the love that I have for him and his family, and what he showed me when I was able to work for him as a very young coach, I can't thank him enough.